fantastic road, guys. Look at that. This is a service road, fourth gear, 55 miles, dirt gravel. This bike will fly through it. Alright guys, good morning and welcome back to my channel. Today, as you can see, I'm on my different camera setup. I'm actually on my Sena 10C Evo, and since I thought I'm just doing a solo ride, nobody's riding with me. Today is Friday, so I thought let's just use Sena 10C Evo. This mainly is going to be all about talk about my very first 1000 miles on my new KTM 1290 Super Adventure R, guys. So that's what we're going to talk about. Here is Bucky's here in Waller, Texas. I'm going to go towards the National Forest on that side up north, and we talk. So let's hit. Alright guys, so I'm right here up north near Sam Houston National Forest. So let's talk about, get to the point of my 1000 miles, my personal point of view about this bike. As you know, probably right within the first 500 miles, I ran into two issues with this bike, and it's very common. I had a leak on master clutch and slave cylinders, and then I also have a leak onto the coolant hose clamp that connects to the water pump. So dealer basically covered all those into the warranty, and they fixed it. It happened in two different times, so this issue didn't happen all at the same time. So just wanted to share with you, it was a disappointed that it happened, but more and more I read about on some of the Facebook page and the KTM forums. This appears to be a very common issue, and if you haven't seen my last two videos, I have talked about, I'm showing you exactly where the problem happens and where I found the leak and all that. So go ahead and check that out, my last two videos. All right, so let's talk about this guy's really put the hard brake on, so I had to pause here for a minute. All right, let's talk about the dislikes. There are only few, as far as what I can tell right now. Is of course a lot of people are complaining about the side turn signal switch, which is right here. A lot of people complain about the turn signal switch. I really have no problem, but I didn't like the way the position of the cruise control buttons are, and it's confusing if you are trying to set the cruise, reset the cruise, reduce or increase the speed on a cruise using a cruise control if you are like doing a long highway haul. So it's confusing in the beginning, but what I also learned is once you get used to it, I don't think it's concerning. So KTM could have done the better position on these cruise control buttons, which is plus and minus. That's the one thing I don't like about it. Windshield, I am 5'8", so I'm okay. I don't think I need a bigger windshield, but if you are going to use this bike for more on-road, you definitely, and if you are over 5'8" or over 6 feet, you definitely need a bigger windshield for protection. Foot peg, that's another thing I don't like, especially they are small, and if you are doing off-road, I rather have like a bigger foot peg So I may eventually replace the stock foot peg with either Camel ADV or some others. I just have to look it up. I just don't remember right off the bat. But at the same time, if you are tall, the position of the foot peg, it's you may not like it. You may feel like your leg is too tight, and it's just gonna sit higher right by the tank. So you may experience that issue if you are tall. For me, 5'8", fantastic. Ergonomics, it's fantastic. So no issue for me. So these are the three things that I can tell. I can say that as a dislike right off the bat for this bike. What I also heard is the KTM, not sure if this is only for the North America, but KTM put the wrong meter on adventure bike, ours, and it's supposed to be rectangle, different shape, not the round one. But hey, again, I'm not a complainer. I plan to put the double take meter eventually anyway, so I will take that whatever I have for now. So let's talk about the tire. This bike has the Bridgestone Adventure Motocross AX41 tire. They are really good on the this forest service road like this. They're really good on the dirt and gravel. I already test those out as well. They really perform well on twisties. I can go really fast on the pavement, and I don't experience any craziness while I'm going through the tight corners or anything. It's just grips well, it handles well, and this, I think, to me they're more in line with TKC 80. But the only problem with this tire is what I heard. And I will update on this tire as well, is how long they will last. A lot of people are saying they only last for 3,000 miles, and basically you're ready to replace. And then some people saying it can last up to 6,000 miles. So I will see. The type of riding I do is more like a 70-30, 70% off-road, 30% pave. Or maybe 60-40, I should say. So I'm hoping this will last longer. But tire, as far as I have no complaints on the tires. So far they have been really performing as I expected. One thing you do want to understand is wait for about a couple hundred miles before you start judging these tires. Because if you are going to go right out the start on the road and trying to test a bunch of stuff, you may not feel the same that you expected. But give about a couple hundred miles for tires to break in and see how do you like it, and that's what I did. So in this forest road like this, I can literally go really fast if I want to. Like I'm at 70 miles right now, and I can go through the twisties, and I can go through some really nice curves and no issues, guys. Very good. I'm happy with the tire. So I'm right here in Nestle Forest, guys, and just wanted to see, thinking to riding my dirt bike here, my Husqvarna 350, probably this Sunday. So just wanted to see how. It hasn't been raining and all, so just wanted to see how the trails probably look like, and let's see if it's anybody's riding around here. And I wanted to see if I can ride some small stretch of forest service road here. But and I want to show you how this tire probably may perform onto the gravel road. So the forest road is mainly a gravel. Nothing crazy, and it looks like a lot of guys are riding already, so it's a good thing. But since we're talking about tires, I'm gonna get back to on the tires here shortly. Well, here is the Kelly's Pound. Let's see if I can get there. So this is considered as the forest road. So I'm on off-road mode, and I'm going to put the ABS off-road. just to test. I mean, usually I don't need it, and normally it just be fine. And I'm on my second gear, and here bike performs so. I mean, these tires performs really well even on this forest service road. It's not bad at all. This what this bike is for. Like I said, these are more in line with TKC 80. Here I'm going through some bumps here and there, a lot of holes, and it's the suspension, right? That's the one big thing about this bike. Suspension handles so well because this is not the auto adjust suspension onto the R version. R version, you can actually manually adjust your suspension, and you can tweak the way you want to ride your ride, and it does very well. And I'm really impressed with it. I used to have a KTM 890 Adventure R, and it's almost similar setup on this one as well. So I'm really happy to see that I can tweak the suspension. I can handle it the way I want it to be, and it just really does well. And like I said, these tires handles really well on the corners, gravels, dirt, a little bit of dirt. I haven't tried really deep sand, and I don't want to take my 1290 to single track also because I'm just by myself. So I want to be careful if I do that. So here is bumpy here. Look at that. It's just going so smooth through the corners. And here is the Calistown, where a lot of people come and park their trailers and ride their trails and have some fun. So that's where normally I come here and ride. But I mean, this bike performs really well with the stock tires, and suspension is really solid on this bike. You would not go wrong. I'm 5'8", 155 pound. There is no way. I don't think I'm gonna be ever bottom out my suspension. I doubt if I will. So far I'm happy with the suspension setup. Yeah. Let's pull up in a shade somewhere. There we go. Nice. Look at that. This is Sam Houston National Forest. Right here, we are here in Calistown. A lot of people come here and do a camping, so I'm kind of giving you a little bit of tour on where I ride my dirt bike. But let's talk about the KTM, what we want to talk about, right? So suspension, thumbs up. I really like it. I don't expect any issue with the suspension at all. Another thing I like about the KTM is their TFT display is amazing. It's a 7-inch. I have set to the automatic, meaning during the day it will set to a light, like a bright display, and at night, after dark, it just goes to the dark mode, which is really nice to have those options. And most of the advanced bike have those options, guys. So yeah, let's talk about the mods on this bike. If we talk about the mod, I really have not done anything except I put my soft luggage systems of the 890 right on this one, and it just fits perfectly fine. These are Tusk Highland soft panniers. Excuse me. Yeah, these are Tusk Highland soft panniers. It comes with I think this is 30 liter, and it also comes with the 30 or 40 liter options on the duffel bag, or the bag that goes right in here. So that's the only thing I did as far as the mods. I'm not planning on changing or doing any mods on this bike. I wanted to run it as it is, as it's stocked, for a while, because I wanted to see how this bike gonna run as stocked. and just kind of get feel for it before I go crazy and start updating bunch of stuff. I don't need any upper protection crash bar at all in this bike, guys, because I post a question on the forum, and I'm gonna save money up there and just to see how it's gonna do. Because if you drop the bike, it's kind of more land onto the handlebar, and this low hanging tank, it helps. So we'll see how it does. If I need that in the future, I will consider. Eventually, I will replace my handguard, but for now, I'm okay with that. Other than that, I mean, I haven't done any mods, any specific mods, upgrades to this bike. Truly, guys, you do not need any upgrades on this bike. Just ride as it's stocked and just see what you like, what you don't like, and start making a list, and and go do your upgrades. Don't just go crazy and just start doing an upgrades as soon as right after you buy the bike. Learn your bike, because it takes about 6 to 8 months to understand your bike, understand all the electronics and all the other features that comes with the bike. Of course, it depends how often you ride and all that, but I'm kind of like ride at least once or twice a week, so it's just my opinion, my point of view. So guys, the electronics on this bike are just fantastic. You need to really experiment each different electronics and different options that this bike has to offer. One thing you want to be aware of is not everything comes as standard. So you're gonna have to buy. It's called the KTM Tech Pack, and if you buy the Tech Pack, you will get some more options on the electronic side. And one of the best one I heard, I had it on my 892, and also on this bike I also got is rally mode, and of course cruise control helps too on a long commute if you're doing a lot. But the rally mode is awesome. You can do a lot of stuff using a rally mode. Read the manual about each different modes and how the throttle control responds based on the mode you have selected. Right now I'm on off-road mode. My throttle response is not aggressive at all. But as soon as I switch this to a sport mode, guess what? I'm introducing myself a trouble, because number one, it's gonna open the full 160 horsepower, and if you're doing some twisties, and if you're doing like a forest road, and if the throttle is full open and aggressive, you asking for trouble, unless you are the professional riders that you've been riding for a long time. I've been riding for about 10-15 years. As far as the adventure bike goes, it's about 6-7 years. So I don't consider myself as a professional rider. I learn every time I ride my motorcycle. But if you are like an expert level and the professional level, obviously, sure, you can use the sports mode, rally mode, and at that point you know what you are doing. But as a beginner, as an intermediate, watch out with this electronics, guys. Be careful how you use it and where you use it. The best way I can tell is if you are really new to this adventure bike world, and if you really wanted to buy a KTM, like a big adventure bike, or 890, or some other bike, similar bike, best advice is to get to know your bike and electronics, to ride either in the rain mode or keep it on an off-road mode, but leave your ABS and traction control on. What this will give you is the best throttle response that will give you really good comfort zone. And that's the best way to learn your bike. Just don't go straight crazy and start using all the high-tech functions immediately. Know your bike. Electronics are really, really awesome on this bike, and it exactly performs the way it has defined in the manual. Rally mode, rain mode, off-road mode, traction control on, off, different traction control levels that you can customize the way you want it, type of ride you are doing. In example, you can put in the rally mode and you can adjust your traction level from 1 to 9. It's fantastic. I haven't tested all those yet. I've been playing with it and learn, but like I said, I'm learning my bike. It's the new bike. I wanted to learn this bike, understand how this bike behaves, understand the ergonomics, understand all the mechanisms behind it, and all that before I go crazy and experimenting a bunch of stuff. So just wanted to share. It's again, this is my point of view, and you have a full rights to disagree or put that in a comment. And I want to post because it's just everyone has a different point of view, and every bike is different. Everybody's style is different. So ride as your own ride, and ride at your comfort zone. Don't buy this big bike and just go out of your comfort zone, because then you are asking for trouble. Electronics are really, really fantastic, guys. I've been over 1,000 miles on this one, and I'll tell you what, I've been playing with all this electronics, and it's just fantastic. This is one of the trailhead 208, and no one is here. It's interesting, but at the Kelly's Pond I see a lot of people there. So this is Forest Service Road, guys. So this bike is really good for all this type of riding. Forest Service Road, 2-lane single track, all that. I'm not gonna ride a single track. I'm not gonna take my KTM and ride a single track. Maybe I will at some point once I get my comfort zone. Once I get into my comfort zone. Look at how nice and beautiful Forest Service Road is. It's so much fun. That's what this bike is for, guys. This bike is really good if you just want to do your regular adventure, mix of pavement, mix of Forest Service Road, some off-road. Can I do BDR on this bike? Absolutely, you can. Again, it all comes down to your skill level, but can you do it? Yeah, absolutely. This bike is good for BDR, Trans-America Trails, and all the other long adventure that you wanted to do. It's really good. Trust me, this bike will really handle well. Now, let me point this one out, is also this bike feels so light when you ride. And the part of the reason it is because the tank is on 3 pieces, 2 sides, 2 low hanging piece, and the 1 small one on the top. Center of gravity is just perfect. I really get good balance whenever I make a turn, whenever I'm riding dirt gravel road, and it's just fantastic. It just handles like more I feel like if I'm going on a speed here, more I feel like a big dirt bike, because it's not big heavy tank that you feel here when you ride. So it's just really good. I'm very, very happy with this. I really like it. So look how beautiful this is, guys. Forest Service Road, and the Forest Service Road. And this bike handles so well. Here is my Bridgestone Battle X tire. Here is the rear. So far I really have a good, but you can see it's over 1,000 miles, but it's gonna start some blocks. It's uneven. It's wearing out uneven, but the front is really good. The front stayed all consistent, which is surprisingly good. But yeah, this is my 1,000 miles review, guys. I'm very happy with this bike. One thing I do want to mention, if you buy KTM, expect some issues. If you are the person that you're more concerned about the reliability, again, I'm not saying that this bike is not reliable. This is a LC8, proven to be a really, really robust engine on this bike. It's been running for many, many years and decades, but it's a new refined machine. This machine is completely refined. So problem is going to be there. I mean, if those things gonna bother you, you may not want to consider KTM. And one thing I do want to address is not every bike is a problem. There are a lot of happy people out there that are riding KTM. The problem is we don't hear the good thing, we only hear the bad thing. That's the problem. This bike for me, even despite of couple issues that I had in the beginning, right within the 500 miles, but the guys, I still like this bike. I still stand by my statement that this is a really great adventure bike. This may not be something I would recommend it for completely a beginner, because you may want to consider the lower than 1290, because this is way too much bike for you if you are a beginner. If you are an intermediate like me who likes to explore solo, forest service road, dirt, gravel here and there, this, and of course advanced and pro, you don't have to worry about that. I'm not the person that can judge those people, but at least if you are an intermediate rider like me, obviously this bike is perfect. Like I said, learn the bike. It takes time. And yeah, I mean, it's just perfect. I mean, there is nothing needs on this bike. Honestly, guys, this is a great machine, and you will definitely enjoy. Respect your bike. That's all I say, guys. And that's all I have for today's video. It's my 1,000 miles. I'm just riding some forest road. And would I recommend this bike? Absolutely yes. Again, it's just my personal point of view, and I hope you like it, guys. If you like this channel, my videos, and some of the adventure I plan to do for rest of the years, subscribe, and of course like, comment, and put comments out there what you want to see, what I did wrong, what I explained wrong. That way I can learn from you all. But that's all, guys. Talk to you in the next session. Here is the tips for the day. If you are more about the mileage conservative person, the tips for the day is either ride on an off-road road, keep the ABS on, motorcycle traction on, or ride on terrain mode and do the same thing. What it does is reduce your throttle response from 160 horsepower to way lower, close to about 100, or maybe about 105 to 110. That way you're gonna get a little more mileage than riding on full throttle open. That's all, guys.